Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. Tardiness often robs us opportunity, and the dispatch of our forces. Men shrink less from offending one who inspires love than one who inspires fear. Of mankind we may say in general they are fickle, hypocritical, and greedy of gain. One who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. Men intrinsically do not trust new things that they have not experienced themselves. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. Politics have no relation to morals. It is double pleasure to deceive the deceiver. Benefits should be conferred gradually, and in that way they will taste better. Since it is difficult to join them together, it is safer to be feared than to be loved when one of the two must be lacking. A son can bear with equanimity the loss of his father, but the loss of his inheritance may drive him to despair. The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. Never was anything great achieved without danger. It is much more secure to be feared than to be loved. The promise given was a necessity of the past, the word broken is a necessity of the present. We cannot attribute to fortune or virtue that which is achieved without either. One change always leaves the way open for the establishment of others. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Appear as you may wish to be. Wisdom consists of knowing how to distinguish the nature of trouble, and in choosing the lesser evil. In conclusion, the arms of others either fall from your back, or they weigh you down, or they bind you fast. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. Nature creates few men brave, industry and training makes many. For, in truth, there is no sure way of holding other than by destroying. God creates men, but they choose each other. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. No enterprise is more likely to succeed than one concealed from the enemy until it is ripe for execution. Men rise from one ambition to another. First, they seek to secure themselves against attack, and then they attack others. I'm not interested in preserving the status quo, I want to overthrow it. Princes and governments are far more dangerous than other elements within society. God is not willing to do everything, and thus take away our free will and that share of glory which belongs to us. War is just when it is necessary, arms are permissible when there is no hope except in arms. There is no avoiding war, it can only be postponed to the advantage of your enemy. A government which does not trust its citizens to be armed is not itself to be trusted. Power is the pivot on which everything hinges. He who has the power is always right, the weaker is always wrong. A sign of intelligence is an awareness of one's own ignorance. Always assume incompetence before looking for conspiracy. Ability and perseverance are the weapons of weakness. Make mistakes of ambition and not mistakes of sloth. Develop the strength to do bold things, not to suffer. There is nothing more important than appearing to be religious. If an injury has to be done to a man, it should be so severe that his vengeance need not be feared. There is nothing as likely to succeed as what the enemy believes you cannot attempt. Make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the soul.